Hey there, health enthusiasts. Welcome back to Health Spiffy, the channel that's all about keeping you in the know for a healthier, happier life. I'm Leo M, and today we've got a topic that might just make you take a second look at your daily routine. We're diving into the top 5 cancer-producing substances that we use without giving them a second thought. So, grab a seat, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. First on our list is a sneaky culprit that many of us encounter every day: tobacco smoke. Now, we all know that smoking is a major no-no when it comes to cancer risk, but did you know that even secondhand smoke can be just as harmful? Yep, that's right. Secondhand smoke contains over 7,000 chemicals, with at least 250 of them known to be harmful, and more than 60 recognized carcinogens. These chemicals can linger in the air for hours, putting non-smokers, especially children and pets, at risk for various types of cancer, including lung cancer. So, whether you're a smoker or not, being mindful of your environment and advocating for smoke-free spaces can significantly reduce your exposure to these harmful substances. Now, let's talk about something many of us rely on daily: our beloved smartphones. Yes, you heard me right. The second cancer-causing substance on our list is related to the devices we can't seem to live without: its radiofrequency radiation. Smartphones, along with other wireless devices, emit radiofrequency radiation. While the research is still ongoing, some studies suggest a possible link between prolonged exposure to this radiation and an increased risk of brain tumors, particularly gliomas and acoustic neuromas. Now, before you panic and toss your phone out the window, it's important to note that more research is needed to establish a definitive connection. However, taking precautions like using speakerphone or a hands-free device can help minimize your exposure. Now, let's delve deeper into the world of smartphones and the potential link between radiofrequency radiation and cancer. It's crucial to understand that while this is an ongoing area of research, being informed allows us to make choices that prioritize our well-being. Smartphones operate by sending and receiving signals through radiofrequency waves, a form of electromagnetic radiation. The concern arises from the proximity of these devices to our bodies, especially when held close to our heads during calls or kept in pockets. When we talk about radiofrequency waves, it's essential to distinguish between different generations of wireless technology: 2G, 3G, 4G, and now, the emerging 5G. While all these technologies use radiofrequency radiation, they operate at different frequencies. The general consensus among scientists is that higher frequencies, like those used in 5G, have shorter wavelengths and don't penetrate the body as deeply as lower frequencies. Therefore, in theory, they may be less harmful. However, it's crucial to note that research on the health effects of 5G is still in its early stages. When it comes to the potential risk of cancer, studies have primarily focused on the impact of long-term exposure to radiofrequency radiation emitted by mobile phones. Some studies have suggested a possible link to an increased risk of brain tumors, especially on the side of the head where the phone is often held. Now, before you consider ditching your smartphone altogether, let's talk about practical steps to use these devices more safely. Firstly, consider using speakerphone or a hands-free device when making calls to minimize direct contact with your head. Secondly, limit the length of your calls and use texting or video calls when possible. This reduces the overall time your phone is in close proximity to your body. And here's a pro tip. Hold your phone away from your body when it's connecting to cellular data or downloading large files. Additionally, consider keeping your phone in a bag or backpack rather than your pocket, especially if you're not using it. This simple habit can significantly reduce your overall exposure to radiofrequency radiation. Lastly, be mindful of screen time. While it might not directly relate to radiation exposure, reducing overall screen time can contribute to a healthier lifestyle. Taking breaks from your device not only benefits your eyes but also minimizes the time your phone spends close to your body. Next up on our list is a daily staple for many: processed meats. I'm talking about those convenient deli meats, sausages, and hot dogs that find their way into our sandwiches and meals. Now, I get it. They're tasty and convenient. But here's the harsh reality: processed meats have been classified as Group 1 carcinogens by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC. That means there's enough evidence to conclude that they can cause cancer. The culprit here is often the nitrates and nitrites used in the preservation process. These chemicals can form nitrosamines, which have been linked to various cancers, especially colorectal cancer. So, Consider swapping out those deli meats for fresh, whole alternatives to reduce your risk. Moving on, let's talk about a seemingly harmless household item: non-stick cookware. Yes, those pans that make flipping pancakes a breeze may come with a hidden risk. Non-stick cookware is often coated with a substance called perfluorooctanoic acid, PFOA, which has been identified as a potential carcinogen. PFOA can be released into the air when these pans are heated, and studies have linked exposure to an increased risk of kidney and testicular cancers. Now, I'm not saying you need to throw out your favorite skillet, but being mindful of how you use and care for non-stick cookware can help minimize your exposure. Consider using alternatives like stainless steel or cast iron to play it safe. Last but certainly not least, let's talk about something that's probably sitting in your bathroom right now: talcum powder. This innocent-looking powder has been a household staple for generations, but recent studies have raised concerns about its safety. Talcum powder, when used in the genital area, has been associated with an increased risk of ovarian cancer in women. The powder can travel through the reproductive system, leading to inflammation and potentially the development of cancer cells. If you're a fan of that fresh feeling, consider opting for talc-free alternatives like cornstarch-based powders to reduce any potential risk. It's a small change that can make a big difference in the long run. Now, let's take a closer look at talcum powder and its potential link to cancer, specifically ovarian cancer. It's essential to understand the mechanism behind this association, shedding light on a topic that affects many households worldwide. Talc, the main ingredient in talcum powder, is a mineral composed of magnesium, silicon, and oxygen. It's widely used in personal care products because of its ability to absorb moisture and reduce friction, making it a popular choice for baby powder and body powders. The concerning element is that talc, in its natural form, can sometimes be contaminated with asbestos, a known carcinogen. Although asbestos is no longer used in talcum powder production in the United States, its historical use has raised questions about potential risks. When it comes to ovarian cancer, the proposed mechanism revolves around the application of talcum powder in the genital area. Some studies suggest that talc particles can travel through the reproductive system, reaching the ovaries and leading to inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a well-established risk factor for cancer development. In the case of ovarian cancer, inflammation can create an environment conducive to the formation of cancer cells. It's important to note that the evidence linking talcum powder to ovarian cancer is still a subject of debate among scientists, and not all studies have found a significant association. However, acknowledging the potential risks and making informed choices about personal care products is a step toward proactive health management. If you're concerned about the potential risks, consider using talc-free alternatives like cornstarch-based powders, which provide a similar texture without the potential drawbacks associated with talcum powder. So there you have it, folks, the top 5 cancer-producing substances that sneak into our daily lives. From secondhand smoke to your favorite non-stick pan, being aware of these potential risks is the first step towards a healthier lifestyle. As always, I encourage you to do your own research and consult with healthcare professionals for personalized advice. If you found this information eye-opening, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more Health Spiffy updates. Stay spiffy and stay healthy. Until next time, this is Leo M signing off. Take care.